Hello all, and welcome to another short rest, the show where we decide to do it when, the lore dump is just too heavy for us to process in 1 week. Yeah, that's right, I said dump. For the audience, if you haven't watched our most recent episode recorded last Wednesday, episode 96, A Toast to the Dead. Things are about to get super spoiled for you, so you might want to head out or just stick around and watch it anyway, because this is going to be fun. Quick little recap, the Jotun Slayers have been traveling through the land of Thorin on a quest to stop the ancient AI being Minnie. She's been trying to coax a war out of Muspelheim and Alfheim in order to reduce the population of the planet. She says that the Hodor Ring is failing, and that one day the people of our planet will be fighting for resources. That's her excuse for a war, guys. Come on. In the Specky Library, we learned about Valkyr facilities that contain terminals that will allow us to take Minnie offline. Once we were finally able to access the last terminal, our party learned a few new truths about the origins of the Emir. And that's where our story destroyed our perception of the universe.
Meh.
All right.
Fair and based.
So, as per our last episode of Short Rest, I am going to go ahead and take this in parts. We're going to start the first part as quick questions, rapid fire round. Okay, so again, episode 96, A Toast to Memory. We're going to start this off round one for Steve. What the fuck?
What, me? Oh, what the fuck?
I'm just kidding. No, for the players.
Real quick, can I say that I've been holding on to this for 2 fucking years?
Yes, we're gonna get into that. You wait.
That's a big dump to hold on for 2 years. You might
seek medical. Not healthy to hold it in that long.
No, you should seek medical assistance if you do. For the players, what did you think of the Valkyr video that Connor put together? Shout out to the Grouch Couch!
Woo! It was dope. He did a really good fucking job.
Yeah?
Very immersive.
Yep,
What'd you think?
It was spot on. I mean, if I hadn't have known better, I wouldn't have thought that was Connor. And especially from how he's presented today on the Sunday show.
Oh, yeah.
I think he really pulled off a good military, was it captain or colonel?
General.
Fun fact.
General Jones.
He has military experience. He has military training experience, like trainer.
Yep. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Sam, what did you think of the Valkyr video?
I mean, it was well done, but it wasn't surprising.
Oh,
that's the closest Steve will ever get to a good job, Steve, from Sam.
That's, to be fair, yeah. That is correct.
Round 2. For the players, did any of your... Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something to say?
I mean, like, some of us were, kind of put most of it together, and then it was just like, it's one or the other. There's 2 options, and, like...
So we'll get into it. But yes, you're feeling a bit thirsty talking about all of this lore, so cheers, y'all.
Thank you, Knight.
Round 2 for the players. Did any of your characters have any qualms with taking Minnie offline? We're gonna start with Tyler.
Nope. Not at all. Nope. But in the meantime, while that was happening, I'm going, we need to take her offline. It's gonna bite us in the ass. But we need to take her offline. Like, I was contemplating, no, we should keep her on, but nope, we needed to take her offline.
So Gunny was like, full blown, let's go.
Yep.
And
from the limited time and knowledge that I have with you guys, it has been full force on taking her down.
That's true. Marcus, did Marcus have any qualms with shutting her down?
No. Thor said to do it, so he's gonna do it. Whatever.
Sure. Marcus,
there's no moral complexity there.
Does Marcus have any problem thinking, like, obviously he knows now that the gods are AI. Spoilers.
Lies and slander.
But that doesn't have any bearing, despite, like, they're obviously, it's fine because they are very powerful, but that does sort of change things from, like, the way we thought of them as celestial beings. Their intentions can be different from what you expected. You don't think Marcus feels that way at all?
No.
Okay. Easy enough.
Marcus is very like, no, I have seen the gods have magic powers, even if they're just magic in a different way, they still have them, which makes them gods, and you're a blasphemer for saying otherwise.
That makes you an idiot.
Cydric, how did you feel about taking Minnie offline? Did you have any second thoughts?
No, in fact, I've been thinking about this a little bit, and I think post-campaign, Cydric is going to be going on a Cydric quest to shut all the gods down.
If Nifrim finds out, you will never marry Hertha.
I would never tell anyone about this. What are you talking about?
If Gunny finds out, I'll go with
yeah, you're going to cut Nifrim's arm off? Because that's the only way you're going to do it.
Maybe.
Without
That's true.
Nifrim.
And there's also a lot of ruins where the terminals are probably destroyed.
I'll figure it out.
Well, specifically, if we want to get into that for a second, you know, those terminals that were mentioned were how to shut her down.
No.
But on the... They weren't... on the video...
there were more.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess what I'm getting to is the video that said these terminals are the ones to activate to shut her down.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes.
I guess to Steve, are those terminals directly to her? Because between the two different terminals, we had two different gods or different sets of gods.
So I will say that the way it works is there is a network of terminals separate from what Minnie had access to, obviously, as well as seemingly the rest of the gods, considering Odin was surprised by all this. There is a network of terminals that are designated for shutting, like, VAI, among other things. So there's...
Valkyr Artificial
There were probably...
right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what VAI stands for. There were, at least, dozens and dozens of terminals, and each god had terminals designated, at least like 5 terminals designated for each god, and needed activation on 2 of them.
Yeah, because
so that one person couldn't just shut it down.
There were 5 for Minnie, but there were only 2 ruins that were accessible to us.
Yeah. One was under Jotunfoder, one was offline, one was in the Bio Desert. Too hot.
Makes me wonder the Scabby hideout has a terminal that looks like...
I mean, we didn't find any doors we didn't
all the way
explore.
through there. Nah.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, the Scabby hideout was a factory. It wasn't a Valkyr facility.
Aww.
Yeah,
well, you could have let that theory ride.
It seemed more like a factory, though.
There were
like,
machinery. There was machinery.
Yeah. Tyler's
no
had a
Valkyr
thought before
logos.
we move on to round 3. Go ahead,
Also,
Tyler.
you need to answer, Emmy.
I will. Tyler's had a thought.
So the beds that the Dryaders were coming out of, are they the same bed that was in the library?
Yes. Also,
so that's the same bed that was in the ruins.
The very first TaleSpire map, yes. With the werewolf den. Yep.
So that werewolf den was a Valkyr facility.
That facility was a Valkyr facility for reintegration and what's the other word? Upload, basically.
Yeah.
Assimilation.
Okay.
Assimilation. Yeah. Thank you.
I think everyone knows Nifrim's answer at this point. She doesn't think it was the right move, and especially given the new knowledge of there being other beings out there who have been around for much, much longer than current Thorin civilization, it feels foolhardy to shut Minnie down without having the full knowledge of what she is and what she's capable of, especially if the people who created her, or, well, they didn't literally create her, but the people who are in control of creating beings like this are coming here. It might appear to be a threat, but she knew that the consequences of not doing it for the kings were gonna die, and also there is no fucking way in hell she's going up against the 3 of you. Like, you guys are her friends, and she's not going to... Like, she'll make a stand, but she's not gonna be like, no, I'm taking this choice from you, you know?
Couple things before I move on. First of all, Viv said, wait, Steve didn't shrug. Welcome to the final arc of Skald. I'm gonna start giving answers. I'm still gonna shrug a lot.
Ask your questions, folks. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat.
Also, we do have a question submitted by Viv through the Redemption. If Thor told Marcus to jump off a cliff, would he do it?
Featherfall, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Oh my god.
If he falls to his death, then he gets to go to Valhalla, so win-win.
This is so funny, you guys, because for those of you who don't know, Sam is not a religious person in any way, shape, or form. So him being
Marcus being obsessed is amazing.
It's not even obsession. Like, he has seen they have power. Power is power to him, so what does it matter if they're this, that, or some magical space,
because
spaghetti daddy in the sky?
Have a play. Intentions mean everything. Space daddy?
Space daddy.
He gets power from them, so if he does what he want or what they want, and as long as it doesn't, hurt him or innocent people in any way, shape, or form, who cares?
All right. We're going on to round 3. This question is for Steve, actually. You've mentioned that there are more secrets, and now that you've gotten several of those things out of your system, do you feel your soul lightening up a little bit?
Bro, you guys have no idea. The line that Minnie gave, where she said, do you think they've invented FTL travel yet? has been like on repeat in my head, rent-free for a year and a half alone.
Yeah, not to mention that there have been several pieces of science fiction media that we've seen where Steve's like, drop my fucking Kool-Aid.
Let me just say that Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West...
Spoilers for anybody who hasn't played those games. Those are fucking good stories, don't ruin them.
They're really good, but there was some stuff in the sequel, Forbidden West, where I'm like, motherfucker. Also, I can't remember what it is right now, but there was something Matt Mercer did like a few months ago. I'm behind, but he did something. I'm like, you shut the fuck up, Matt Mercer. I already wrote that.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to
his fighting words.
Yeah, especially to Matt Mercer. Easy, Steve.
At me, Matt Mercer. Please
at
me. Please at me, Matt Mercer. I want to chat. Please,
pay attention to me, Daddy. Anyway,
notice me,
we're gonna go into the next segment of our show here. We're going into the meat and potatoes. Sam's favorite. Question for everyone. Let's get into it. As a player, how did you feel when Connor announced that the Emir came from Earth? Did you see it coming? Don't lie.
I saw them coming from another planet in general. I didn't think Steve would stoop to the level of just tying our universes together, but he did.
Stoop!
I mean, he could have just made his own other world. But
well, I mean, it sounds like he did.
The emotional impact might not have sunk so much to us as players if he did.
Wow.
Ouch.
Ouch. I'm hurt.
I thought it was very compelling, like imagining that Earth is actually going to stick around that long is kind of far-fetched, but... Sorry, and Sam, you got an answer for that one?
As a player, no, I wasn't surprised in the slightest. Like, we'd already seen spaceships. We know they had space travel, and they managed to build a gigantic ring around the planet. So, either they were evolved underneath the planet's crust, or they were from another planet, and like.
Yeah, but Earth didn't trip you?
No.
So, okay, let me reframe the question
of stuff that is on Earth that in our universe. So, like, why not?
I'm going to tell you right now, there will be Earth references in my campaign, and they will not be connected.
Oh.
It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen, because I'm stupid like that. Let me reframe the question a little bit. Not just were you surprised, but did you enjoy the reveal? Was it satisfying for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Sam
I like
did
knowing that I was
cool.
right.
Josh,
boy.
did you see it coming? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't see it coming, but that's because I don't think Thorin has that website yet. But no, I was surprised.
Has that website yet?
Whoa.
What? Is that a dirty joke?
Yeah, that's a dirty
That-
joke.
Also, you want to come into frame, bud? You're like
We can't see
Two-Face
your
over
beautiful
here.
face. There you are. Well,
Let me
now
know
you're
if I
gone.
need to
Too
move
far,
you.
too far.
He's like the Hothering.
Nope.
Oh boy.
Not
I
functional.
got it.
All right, well, guys, Josh had a good run. He's now fired from the show.
Oh no, don't! I'm going to
OG
rehire him for
expected it
campaign
to
2.
be.
Steve,
Earth.
Steve, I'm sorry, but
Interesting.
you're out of best friends to keep adding to the show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay,
his dad.
for everyone, what did you
Real-
think when you heard the...
Real
what?
quick. Sorry, we have another question.
Oh,
in from
please,
chat.
yes. Share.
From Viv again. Why did Minnie recreate humans? Well, Minnie was doing genetic experiments for beings that would withstand indie lock, but also withstand, like, eventually it was about withstanding, like, the Thorin, like thriving on Thorin, what would thrive best. And basically she was throwing baloney on the wall and seeing what sticks. And that includes trying humans again. It worked before, why not again?
Well, that was her main objective, was to preserve and save the humans.
Yeah.
that were-
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes sense.
it's not surprising for her to start there. Or at least try it.
Yep.
All right. Next
All right.
question for everyone. What did you think when you heard the word Ganunga Gap? And how did you feel about the concept of this project of Thorin being referred to as a mythological void that existed before Midgard was created? What does this mean for Thorin?
I mean, to be
What do you think
clear,
of-
the idea was that Project Ganunga Gap was the settlement of Thorin, the
Right.
building the shelters underground to start the Hothering. It was the initial wave. So it being the
Yes, that's what
void
I'm-
before Midgard. That's kinda
right.
the
That's
idea
what I'm
there.
referring to.
To begin with, I was like, what is this new dip? And then, it's almost, for most of the video, I haven't like rewatched it a lot of times yet,
Shame.
just because
Good.
life has been busy.
Yeah, I feel you.
Which I had an entire weekend of not feeling well myself to try to watch it, and it never did cross my mind.
Aw.
But I don't think everything is completely sunk in, and it probably won't for a month of all of the information in that video.
Yeah. It's
Sam?
it's so good. I love that video.
I mean, I'm vaguely familiar with Norse mythology, so like, you know, I heard the term before, you know, settling the planet. Yeah, I mean, once I knew like that, I kind of figured that they came from somewhere else. So like, okay, I mean, yeah, that would be how you would do it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm more caught up on like just like when I heard all that, like my brain just started going to, oh god, how much like, you know, Wayland Yutani could they be? And then I just went on a whole tangent about that in my own brain, and like how like
Truck.
mischievous and evil they are, like secretly, and we just haven't gotten to that point yet. Like, okay, yeah, I mean, Minnie's evil, and the gods are not evil, or at least they don't seem evil, but like that's not counting the people that were actually in charge. Are they evil?
Good question. I mean, that's definitely crossed my mind this weekend for sure. What is Valkyr really? Like, what is their intentions?
What is
And then-
Valkyr?
The whole thing with you know, when Nif was like, oh my god, we shouldn't have done that, like what if they show up and they don't like what we've done? I'm like, Yeah, but in the video, at least one of the gods was on that ship. Presumably all the other gods were on that ship, so those are the gods that actually matter. Minnie's the only one that we know of for a fact was made after they got to this planet, and, you know, so the people on Earth wouldn't have any concept of Minnie having been created, so they wouldn't give one tit about that particular AI.
I mean,
True.
it depends on what General Jones sent them in that message. We have no idea what
Maybe.
message he sent. I'm sure there were details, like lots of details about what was going on. And Tyler said at the end of the episode, they're going to think we're the rebels. Like, we defeated Valkyr. Like, all the technology is gone. They're going to think we defeated them.
That's assuming the transmission included anything about the rebels also. We don't know what the transmission had
Well,
to
if
say.
he's
Yeah, but
asking
we're
for help
working-
and he's a military man, he would probably include as many details as he possibly
I guess
could.
that probably would be the reason why he was sent. Between that and the disease that took them all out.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
that might have been the concept for the message.
That's why I made the point that the gods that we have on our side that we, you know, regularly talk to are the gods that were presumably, because they are more complex, they were presumably created on Earth where they had better machines and better coders to actually create them. You know, so these ones would, when they show up, they're gonna check in with the ones that were on the ship first, which is
Right.
why I said that Minnie's like, eh.
Jones did mention in his video check in with Ithun, so at least Ithun was around.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
Like, at least one of them was, but I'm going to guess that all of them were.
I got a theory about
Yeah.
the gods in general.
Go
So, assuming
Jones.
Earth, okay, so Valkyr, first off, Valkyr is probably a acronym for something. The other thing I've got to think of is, were the gods like a simulation of a world leader, or if this was the U.S.
So,
you know?
like, basically, were the
president,
was the world run by AI?
No, was the world leaders of Earth, their
Like
minds,
their consciousness?
Oh,
separated
converted.
from them still being alive, you know, if there is something of that function. Could they have based an AI, or could they have uploaded their consciousness to these AI beings so that they could go and create Thorn in the way that they would as Earth leaders?
Oh, shrug.
That's interesting. I was gonna
I'm going to
ask...
take that as a no. I'm starting to be able to
No,
read Steve's
shrug.
shrugs.
I just shrugged.
Nope, you will not be able to.
I got a good poker face.
He's fucking good at this
Despite-
shit.
Despite my actual literal poker face, I have a decent poker face.
I was gonna ask Josh to answer the question.
Yeah, but
he's
he doesn't
missing.
care.
He had to poop.
left. He doesn't like this show.
He's pooping.
He's pooping.
Oh,
Back
there,
from
he's
pooping.
back.
He's back from
we were
pooping.
talking so good about him.
So
You're off side by
Josh.
side
My
again.
shirt keyed.
Oh no. Same question. How did you feel about it when Steve introduced the word Ganunga Gap?
You ever heard of that song Phenomena? Phenomena.
Ganunga Gap.
I'm not even kidding. That's the first thing that went in my mind because my brain is stupid.
Phenomena.
Phenomena. The Muppets?
Phenomena.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
phenomena.
Yep.
Phenomena.
My first thought was, what the fuck did you just say? And then I was like, is that offensive?
I'm honestly surprised that didn't trigger Marcus to go like B flicker.
Gop. Yeah, like
There it
Anyway.
is.
Just fun little sciencey fact. I kind of pulled the idea of Project Ganunga Gap and the underground dwellings from talk of colonizing Mars. The best and most immediate way that scientists think we can colonize Mars is underground.
Mhm.
Because
It makes sense.
it doesn't have a good atmosphere. It doesn't have a good atmosphere, but it doesn't have a magnetosphere. So living underground would be the easiest way to not die of radiation in, like, days.
Yeah.
So, next question. This is for everyone again, and Steve, we will get questions for you. Sorry, this is a lot
I'm
about
just gonna
you.
take a nap. It's okay. I'm not feeling good, so I'm just gonna
For
take a nap. Go
everyone,
ahead.
we still don't have any solid information on the rebels and what they did with the Endy Lock. Like, we know that they accidentally released it, but do you guys have any theories about what happened to Mimir? Because from what Minnie explained, they have Valhalla. For when you die, you can upload your consciousness and then use that area as sort of storage and be reintegrated, right? So why would they need a secondary Valhalla 2.0 in Mimir? Like, why would they make that? And why wasn't Valhalla destroyed with the Endy Lock? Why was only Mimir destroyed? Do you guys have any theories? Have you considered that, like, at all?
Yeah.
Not really?
I have not really thought about it.
The only thing I could think of is, like, death and the idea of it being permanent. Like, as far as you're done with your life, you don't want to be uploaded back in. You just want to be over with it.
Oh.
The idea of Valhalla in general, of dying in combat versus you just died of old age, you know, go back in and, you know, back to if you served your purpose, then Valhalla.
Well, I mean, the dying in combat thing is definitely, as far as we can tell, based off of mythology. We haven't seen any Ymir proof of that being a thing, right?
No, just Marcus talking about his kids and his wife.
Yeah.
Sad. Sam, you said yes.
The surprise is...
Yeah.
The surprise is that Emmy's, or Nifrim's dad knows that they're not there.
Once we learned that there was, like, a company or, like, just Valkyr, whatever it is, as soon as you say, like, okay, there's another afterlife, there's all kinds of different reasons why that would be. It could be that, there's the one that is the baseline for everybody, and then maybe this is the upgrade, like, if you're a really good worker, or whatever,
super fucking rich.
Yeah, or you're rich, or you're in the company, this is the premier deluxe package, or it could be that this is where we put the people that we just don't want to deal with, like afterlife prison, kind of like hell, or it could just be like, we wanted a backup just in case somebody broke the other one. All three, maybe. Who knows? I mean, only time will tell. But those are the three big reasons that I thought of, where it's like, yeah, that's why you would want two. I mean, just because.
Real quick, I see in chat, OG said Nif's dad said he met the Ymir and was learning from them, though. I think Tyler was specifically making a joke about Marcus's family. Like, he's saying that's the surprise, is they're not there. Like, I think it was a joke.
Yeah, exactly, OG. He'd have no idea who Marcus's family would be.
No, he wouldn't know Marcus's family.
No, not at all.
Tyler, surprise!
So, next question. For Steve, Minnie was a character you've gotten to play throughout the season in several different capacities. Like, we've seen her angry, we've seen her threatening, we've seen her persuasive, we've seen her tricky, we've seen her very honest. So, for you, what was it like in this episode as she was just really defeated?
I figure that Minnie, especially as an AI, she understands the inevitability of what was going to happen. You guys obviously weren't going to stop. So there was literally nothing she could do. She tried everything she could, and none of it worked. So I figure she probably wasn't programmed with, like, that fear that, most sentient living beings have of death. She didn't want to, or being shut down anyway. She didn't want that to happen because her programming tells her she wants to finish what she's doing. So she'd try to stop it, but it's not like she'd be afraid. Not of being shut down, but considering her final words, she sounded like she was afraid of the future of Thorin.
I meant more you get to embody these characters.
Oh, yeah.
And you've done so many NPCs, but Minnie's kind of a big deal. Was it weird for you playing her being like, I guess this is it?
Oh, for sure. It was, like I said, I had to kind of think of how she'd react to it. So it was interesting. You know, most villains in most campaigns or shows or games or whatever, you know, when they're about to be defeated or die, they're like, oh, you know, I have so many regrets, or they're like, no,
angry,
or whatever. They're like angry, they're sad. It was kind of fun to just be kind of not necessarily neutral, but calm about it.
But like
peaceful. It
but
was
also Steve
very
knew,
interesting.
Steve knew how Emmy felt about the situation. Did you definitely?
I leaned into that a bit.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I'm sorry. And those that pay attention closely, before, like when I was writing for this episode and prepping for it, I rewatched the Smeatheim facility episodes. And before hitting the button in Smeatheim, Nifrim, or before you teleported, one of those, Nifrim said, I'm sorry. And so I wrote that her, like, one of the last things she says has to be, I'm sorry.
Even though she wouldn't have heard that.
Correct. But it was that kind of reflection of Nifrim. There's a weird connection between Nifrim and Minnie. Kind of subconscious connection. Not like literal, but just kind of a reflection.
Yeah.
She's learned from watching you guys.
For sure. So we have a question in chat from Viv. If someone wanted to, could they still make Thorin part of the greater D&D multiverse? Earth is part of the greater multiverse, and it's a big multiverse out there asking for a friend.
I mean, I'm sure. Why not? We'll find out more details about, you know, the connection to Earth and all that. Yeah, I don't see why not. Have fun. I don't care.
Tyler asks, when did Minnie first become aware of the Slayers' Eggard hideout? Was she... was it in Jotunfoder with the... stopping the kidnapping?
Yeah, she's like, when you guys stopped the kidnapping, she's like, oh, that's annoying. All right, plan B. And then kind of never thought about it again. Or didn't think about it for a while.
Yeah.
But after that, when she realized, oh, you might be a threat, it's when you called her. And when you showed up at Eggard's, and she's like, oh, this might not be a coincidence. And then when you came back out with his earpiece, and she saw what happened in there as well, because of the cameras. So she... Whoops. You know, when you came out, there were ravens there on a cactus.
That's when Sideric hit one and it flew away.
Yeah. And that's when she's like, oh,
none of us did.
This might be a problem. And then you called her, and she's like, interesting. This might really be a problem because these people might actually be freaking challenge. Might be clever enough and smart enough to be challenge.
Thank you.
With the natural 20, which was the only way you could have activated that earpiece.
I was gonna say, I think that in that episode, or at least in that time frame, when the ravens were like coming in a flock, like most of them, you could hear them. I think you guys were debating whether or not that was Odin watching.
Yeah, we did question that.
You had it half right. The ravens were watching for someone. It just wasn't Odin.
That is
Correct.
kind of the basis. Besides
the
crows,
Sorry.
ravens. Besides being reference to one of my favorite conspiracy theory that birds aren't real, it's also a reference to Hugin and Munin, Odin's ravens that every day fly around the realms and come back telling Odin everything that's going on in the realms.
Yeah.
They're spies.
All right, so next question. We've been wanting to go to the North Polar facility for a long time now. And it would seem that if all goes well, the humans from Earth could help us get there, and they probably have the knowledge and then some to fix the Hother ring. So was this a solution any of you had considered when thinking, how are we getting to the North Polar facility?
Nope, I instantly thought sled dogs.
Sled dogs.
Yes, I would train the dogs, and then we would sled there.
But they gotta sleep sometime. And bro, you gotta get so fast. You gotta get so fast.
So I had a theory about that, and I don't know if we talked about it. The closer to the northern polar facility, also closer to the sun, or is that further away from the sun?
Closer to the sun.
The northern polar facility is the North Pole, which points at the sun.
Yeah,
Okay.
so closest.
So, in the idea of shadows, the closer you get to the pivot point, or the closer to the sun you get, wouldn't the shadow get wider? Would it get wider in the point that as you get further north, even though it's spinning faster, you're still
it depends on the construction of the
amount
ring.
of time?
Depends on the construction, the distance. This is some math and physics I've been having to calculate, and the answer to that is shrug.
Shrug.
Yep, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, I did see that one. Yeah. Sam, did you ever think of like a solution to getting to the North Polar facility, or were you just like, oh, we'll figure it out eventually?
No, I've been thinking of and then suggesting things, in the background the whole time.
For the audience,
like whenever I see something,
know.
I'm like, like that car has been on my mind, and I don't. Was it last time when I was like, yeah, just shove us all in our bags of holding and then just drive?
Somebody drives
That
the
was
car
in our
and we
chat.
can switch.
Yeah,
that was
That was in our chat. Or was
so
that in
funny.
general chat? It was like, yeah, just cast Tiny Hut on the car.
Oh my god, you
It's a
did say
fleek,
that in
isn't it?
general. Or at least in the Forge of Lore chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bag of holding thing is actually pretty funny. I have no idea how fast those vehicles can get, but we haven't tried that yet. Josh.
Either that, or
Sorry, go ahead.
like teleportation circle if there's one there. Like I don't know.
I'm sure there's
I've
gotta be
suggested
one.
other things. I just don't remember them offhand.
Nobody
Those are the two ones.
Is around that knows about the circle. Josh, have you been thinking about that at all? About getting to the North Polar facility? Aside from sled dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a couple times, and like we should just go to the North Pole, but I haven't thought about how we're gonna get there. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of spells that could like keep us warm, especially if we are able to hire some like.
No, keep us cold. We're going toward the sun.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot,
It's
dog.
super hot.
The old
I
desert.
take my sled dog theory back then.
I mean, it is sand.
Niflheim's the other way. That's the South Pole.
It could. I mean, it's sand.
It's the elephants because they live in the desert.
Yeah.
So it gets hotter and hotter and hotter, right? So we just
Yes.
need a lot of frost spells.
Sure.
Plenty of those.
Sure.
No,
Cold
there's
pack.
a
Or
couple
underground.
of spells that would
'Cause there's,
actually
like-
work for that.
There's like a spell like dig or excavate
That lasts
right?
like hours
and
or
just
something.
keep digging underground until we get there.
I
And there's
had.
got to be like underground caverns and shit. If there were like a whole
Ruins.
race living underground for a long period of time, there has to be underground caverns going.
So here's the interesting
underground
thing, unless they were dug by people, underground caverns require water, which isn't very popular in the desert.
Right.
Well, they say in the desert the water gets stored more underwater.
but there
It
was
isn't popular in the desert, but the whole planet wasn't desert all the time.
for thousands of years it was controlled by the Emir. I mean, I don't know how long it took for the terraforming to take hold to have that, but anyway.
No, I do.
Also,
you could math it out.
Yeah, sure. I had been this whole time, since we learned about Holdheim, I think, in the tunnels in the mountains, I've been like, what if there's like a fucking tunnel system under Thorin that they used to like get around before it was completely ready for them? We're gonna find tunnels in this like Holdheim dungeon. Like, we're gonna find this shit. And then Steve was like, oh, guess what, aliens? And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, if there are tunnels, Minnie doesn't know about it because you asked her.
Minnie's
Yeah,
dead.
Minnie doesn't know, but that doesn't mean everything.
Wow.
I kind of assumed that there was some kind of underground transit
He said
system.
Minnie's dead. It doesn't matter. Too soon.
I had the idea of asking Nif, hey, push that mini button again to see if it's just a temporary disable.
You
and
just
turn on,
buckle
turn
up
off.
for the next episode, buddy. Just buckle up.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, she's not happy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, there's got to be some kind of, you know, way for them to go in between their different underground facilities. So if there's not an underground transport system, then there's got to be teleportation circles, and we just weren't bothering to look for them when we were there.
Right.
So the odds of something getting to the place we want it, like, accurately, you could almost send a car or something in that direction, cast a teleportation circle on that object, and just send it north. Yeah. And then it's just a matter
hope it
of...
doesn't run into something on the way.
yeah,
Desert
you get there.
isn't
Okay,
always flat, baby.
Real
who wants
quick,
to try this?
during our last long rest, Tyler, you mentioned somebody showing us currently the war. It was Braggy. That was who showed
right.
us.
That's
I was
who it
listening to
That's
that
right.
episode a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, shit.
Because you all were trying to figure out, is this the past? And he's like, no, you're wasting time. Like,
Yeah,
this is
I told
currently
him,
going
I got
on.
really saucy with him, and I was like, stop showing us the past. And he was like, no, bitch, this is right now. There's one dying every second. There one,
Now.
or there goes one.
Now.
There goes
Another,
another. There's another.
I love that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Also,
Sorry.
real quick, I meant to mention this at the beginning. We were talking about time frames and when Ho the Ring came online and stuff. I put it in our Discord, discord.forgealore.com, but I wanted to post it, or, you know, say it here too. There was a math mistake in chapter 96. I fucked up because math is fucking hard. So I'm no Rob Hartley. But
You're a human, Steve.
I mentioned that the Earth is approximately 1762 light years away, and that the message was sent 1762 years ago. That is incorrect. 1762 years is how long it took for Minnie to solve the Indie Lock problem.
To cure Indie Lock, yeah.
To cure Indie Lock. So after 1,762 years, that's when she started creating the current civilization, which has been around in recorded history for 1,066 years. So the message was actually sent 2,828 years ago, and Earth is approximately 2,828 light years from Thorin. My bad. Math is
But
fucking hard.
technically, if they send a message back, it could take another 2,200.
It would take another 2,800 years.
Yeah, 2,800, right?
Even if they have developed in the past thousands of years, if they have developed faster than light communication, You guys have no way of receiving that. It would surely require special equipment. You don't have that equipment.
I guess what Steve's saying for the flavor
alive.
is we should be possibly expecting communication or space shuttles.
I mean, 2,000 years, who's to say that the civilization that's there even knows what the fuck is going on here?
Or still exists.
Here's the thing that I thought about just now with Steve talking about all that time. If they knew it was going to take that long for a message to get to Earth, in order to send a message that had any weight and any meaning, it had to be a big fucking deal. And obviously, Endylock was a big fucking deal. So if they're getting this message, knowing that it's taken thousands of years to get there, they're gonna come in hot. That's how I feel. They're like, shit's gone crazy on Thorin, we need to clean this up now.
So let me clarify something about Endylock and the importance of Endylock. If you haven't sussed it out,
It's
Earthlings,
permanent death.
the people that came to Thorin, the settlers, were essentially immortal. If they die, they get backed up and can get another body. If they grow old and their body breaks, they can upload and re-download, or download and then re-upload, or whatever.
Right.
The first Valkyr video you saw starring Reyna mentioned that you can re-upload to a body or whatever. The full one did. So Endylock was a way to permanently kill an immortal being, which is like
That's
a
kind of
big
a big deal.
fucking deal.
Yeah.
That's why in Turk's video, he's like, that's genocide. And he was freaked the fuck out about Endylock.
Oh yeah, he killed everyone.
Yep.
Because he was also one
did.
of the immortals.
He was too. Yeah. Everyone.
So essentially what we're looking at is a bunch of fucking immortal beings that have thousands more years of technological research and expansion, getting a cry for help from one of their places. They're gonna come in fucking hot. They're gonna come in
they might not come at all.
Also, there could have been several apocalyptic events that happened in the last 2,200 years where there's literally a completely different civilization on Earth.
Do you think that's how Steve's gonna handle this?
No, I'm just saying there's options.
So, also...
it's true, there could be another body that's in power that's getting this message going, all right, let's go take them over now.
Or Valkyrie has taken over a series of planets since then where they have outposts where they could be here right away.
Or they could go, oh, holy shit, our immortality is at stake. Fuck that. Scrub the planet.
Exactly.
Nope. From orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Just delete it from the records. That didn't exist. Never happened.
We know that message was the last one sent, but we don't know if there were regular messages sent just as traditional.
Right.
You don't?
As like upkeep.
I will also say that you're talking, they've had thousands of years to advance technology. Mind you, the trip to Thorin took 3,069 years, where they were in hibernation, essentially. Connor mentions in his video that it felt like they just were uploaded when they got reintegrated. So... that is at least 3,069 years head start that the Earthlings would have on the Emir.
So the communication was sent how many years ago, Steve? Can you refresh me on that number?
That number is
28?
3,751 Earth years ago.
Okay.
A long, long time ago.
So, with that being said, this communication was sent that long ago. What happens if they get that message and have the ability to travel much quicker than we anticipate? I've said my theory.
Travel.
What do you guys expect their responses to be if they were to come to the planet?
I'm going to take a lesson from Starfield. Because
Spoilers.
there was a ship that was sent before faster than light travel, and then they finally get to their destination and it's already been populated by settlers
I
after
blew
they
up that fucking
develop
ship.
after they've developed
Wow.
faster than light travel. So they arrive and they're like, "You're on our planet. Get off of our planet." And it was very hostile because it was the older, it was the boomers against the new people, and they're like,
No,
"Get
it
off
was
my lawn."
corporation. It wasn't boomers. It was a corporation that was their land.
No.
Well, he means like older
I would
people.
also, yeah, I also would have thought that if they did develop faster than light travel, would they have sent supply drops to Thorin or anything in general? They spent a lot of time and effort sending the original group there. If they had developed faster than light travel, would they have been like, all right, let's go ahead and let's assist them, let's go support them?
Unless they had a lot of projects out there like this.
But
True.
I mean, Sam said something earlier in the
Hey, Frog.
last time we streamed last Wednesday. But like, faster than light travel does not mean like fast, right?
It doesn't
Like,
mean instantaneous.
right, because
Right.
like that, that many light years away, 2800 or whatever, that's a lot. And to have technology that can go that fast, like there has to be a different technology, like gravity fold or whatever Sam was saying.
Space
Let me
folding.
suggest
Space
something
folding.
to you real quick. Think about the last 100 years on Earth and how far we have advanced. Think about the last 200 years. And now we're
Right,
talking...
but we've only existed for how many years? And there's
Right,
been
we
like
have
several
just- Sorry, go ahead.
apocalypse. There could be several. I'm just saying, unless Steve's Earth civilization hasn't actually killed each other,
Sure.
then we have a chance. Otherwise, if it's anything like Earth now, that many years is not going to go by before some apocalyptic event occurs.
Well, I mean,
destroys
not
the majority of us.
necessarily. I mean, if we're looking at the most like favorable
only-
outcome for Earth, like imagine
this-
thousands of years developing technology. If they're
Favorable
still
outcome of
around,
Earth? Like real talk. And
You're also
all
assuming that
the humans
this
would
is
die,
it's
and
just
the Earth would
Earth
go on
and
living. Just saying,
Right,
we're
but-
parasites.
I'm saying best case
Barren-based.
scenario. If they survived themselves, their own worst enemy, imagine thousands of years of advancement. I'm sure if
Yeah.
they're still around, which I'm gonna go ahead and guess, yes, they probably are. They're probably fucking way beyond.
Yeah. And if you have to think about it, each technology develops faster and faster exponentially. So, like, the last 100 years versus
Slaw.
the last 50 years versus the last 20, 10, 5. The last
Yep.
5 years, technology has advanced in the period of the last 25.
It has been exponential.
Mhm.
And also, if you
That's
compare the
Moore's Law.
last 100 years to the last however many thousands of years humans have been around consistently without an apocalyptic event,
super
It's-
volcano going off.
Sure. It has, if you look at the last 100 years, just as an example, compared to thousands of years of, using latrines, not understanding sickness, people dying at 30 years old and that being normal, like, we have made incredible advancements.
It's been about 6,000 years since the Emir left Earth. Think of where humanity was 6,000 years ago. Tribal. That's what, 4,000 BC?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was tribal.
Yeah.
Barely tribal. Barely.
I think Neanderthals were around. I
Yeah.
can't remember when they
we
when
were
they-
still animals.
We
at
didn't
that
build
point.
the pyramids.
Nah.
Yeah,
Aliens. Okay, with all of
There
that
were already
I don't know.
information.
civilizations that were abound. And
they were
developing.
certain, but it was still tribal. It was like it wasn't. We're talking
developed.
Mesopotamian shit.
But anyway, with all of that being said, we're gonna go ahead and use this opportunity to take a quick break.
But first, a quick
And,
question. Just a
yes.
quick one from Viv from chat.
Oh, she has a question.
She asked, "Don't you think it's finally time to tell Josh the truth that Buckles was a mini spy?" Josh, sorry,
Don't
bro.
fucking do this. Don't do this. Buckles was not a mini spy.
Sorry, bro. All right, we can go to break now.
You're such
I'm
a
deeply
liar.
offended. You don't have to fire me because I quit.
Buckles! No! All right, and we are back. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Here we go, back into our short rest, where we're going to be asking some questions. If y'all got questions down in chat and you're not in YouTube, you can go ahead and put them here on Twitch. And if you are in YouTube, leave a comment. Do it.
I'll answer it in the comments. If you leave a question in the comments, I will answer it. It might be a shrug, but I'll answer it if I can.
Okay, so jumping right back in, knowing what we know about the humans possibly coming here from Earth, for the players, do you as players, not as characters, think it was the right thing to shut Minnie down? Tyler?
Sorry, I'm being distracted by Josh laughing.
I know, he's talking to someone and laughing.
Sorry, off cam. It's all good.
Leticia heard me yell nuts, so she brought me a bunch of cashews.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because she thought I wanted actual nuts.
You're just in your room and you're
sweet
like,
and
nuts! And
hilarious
she's
at
like,
the same
coming!
Do you often do that where you just
She
scream
teabag
of
you.
food and she'll be like,
She
"Oh, that
teabag
means
you."
that
She
you
did.
need to." Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, I think it was possibly wrong to shut her down, but without any other way to corral and control her, that's the only real option.
Yeah.
Now, the original thought was, oh, she's going to be the only one that can really explain what's going on, but there's all the other gods that the Emir would know. So whoever comes would potentially know of the AI gods. So
Yeah.
if they have our back, then I think we're okay with whoever comes and arrives.
No,
Correct.
Skald has not ended, Frog. This is just a discussion over the last episode, which was a huge lore dump. So we
Yeah.
thought we would go ahead and talk about it now and get more in depth where we can't in the show.
Nope. Total spoilers if you haven't watched the last episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely, lots of
And
spoilers.
if you care. No, Skald probably has like maybe a year, depending on these clowns.
Oh, and one other thing, Steve forgot to mention in the last episode, our characters leveled up.
Hey, I know you guys just leveled up, but you know, it's a milestone and like you defeated the boss, so that's a level. Come on, man.
I agree. That's fucking rad.
I got level 4 spell slots now. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I didn't even check my spell slots. Those definitely went up for sure.
Yeah, probably.
I got something really cool for Nifrim, but I'll wait till Wednesday to.
I
tell you
got
guys all about
Dimension
it.
Door now, yo.
Dude, you could have
Noted.
left that as a surprise. Be like,
Noted.
bitch, I just fucking disappear, and it's not Misty Step.
Oh no,
need to
I
see
got
it.
other spells that I need to pick, but that's just one that comes with the class feature.
Always
Ooh.
get Dimension Door. Oh, nice, nice.
Dimension Door is rad. Yeah, Emmy's DMing next in her own world. Oh yeah. Campaign 2 will be in a different realm.
We actually got a little 2-part mini campaign set in her world.
Little
as a little
one-shot.
preview. Forgeoflore.com, the Saga 2-parter.
I set up some questions in that little thing. That one shot. Jesus. Yes, I know how to speak. Words
Nailed
are
it.
fine. This is fine.
Words
Okay.
are hard.
So for Steve, I'm a super huge fan, which I'm sure after being, together for 10 years, you're aware of this. Super huge fan of the belief that no one feels they're the bad guy in their own story. So I want to commend Steve for giving RBBEG a great motivation and rationalization of her actions. I think it feels more real. Do you guys have anything that speaks to that for you? Tyler? Oh, I didn't even
Were we going to go back to the previous question? Yeah.
I didn't even finish that. I am so sorry. Sam, was it the right thing to shut Minnie down? I am so sorry. I just skipped you two. I got so distracted.
Yeah. I already told you guys how I see it happening. Minnie was just the extra that they built after they got here, so they wouldn't even know that it's there. And presumably, if they show up and just want to figure out what happens, they could access Valhalla, seeing as how it's technology that they have, and they could just go in and talk to whoever's there. Even if they can't directly access it without coming down to the planet, you know, maybe the gods can talk to them when they're in orbit, because the gods can manifest and materialize around places.
It sounds like the more recent Ymir, and maybe this is a jump, but I think they were more in Mimir. Or was it? I guess it could have been specific people that were, and I don't know. I don't know if anybody recently would have been in Valhalla that would have information for them, but I don't know.
Either way, if it's technology that they created, and if they even bother to show up, which as a player I'm saying, you know, I think Steve said it was like 6,000 years or whatever. Like, that is a long time for them to care about one single little backwater planet that's that far away. They could be already colonizing other galaxies with FTL travel, space folding, and building Dyson spheres, and then this one little podunk planet is like, oh,
help?
Sir, we got a message. Oh, yeah, but is it gonna affect our bottom line to go do anything about it?
Settlers
but
need your
real
help.
quick, I did mention.
Thanks, Preston.
I did mention in chat that I'm guessing things. I am basing my theories and stuff off of Steve, not realism.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, you know, they could just not care.
I mean, they could, but is that gonna make a fucking compelling story?
It depends on who you ask. For me, it's like
I'm sure it's just coincidence that it happens to be like they're just now getting the message. I'm sure it's coincidence.
Sure,
nothing's gonna happen.
Even if they do show up,
killing
like,
Kelris, right?
Even if they do show up, there are so many different ways that it could go that it's like,
oh, for sure.
Speculating, you know, like speculating on it is like, okay, well, I mean, presumably the gods could talk to them when they get here, and maybe they just get here and they're like, oh, okay, well, let's go down and help, or maybe they get here and they go, oh, you know, I don't really want to test my immortality, so this whole planet's just gonna get vaporized from orbit, and then we just get turbo lasered into non-existence.
I will say that
a really good story too.
I will say that at the beginning of this campaign, when talking about Thorin and possibly doing other campaigns in this realm, Steve said the words, "This world will be unrecognizable by the end of this campaign." I don't know what that means. We may be vaporized, or we may be integrated into a new technologically advanced civilization. I don't fucking know. I just know it's going to be very different.
Or we got the ring working again, and everything's back to flowers and sunshine.
I would guess that they're not going to do too much to risk their immortality. Like, sure, the disease is probably gone, but that doesn't mean that there isn't, like, a sample of it locked up in some, you know, airtight facility with some guy who's just like, I died right before, like, right as it sealed up, and then there's just a plume of pristine, primo, loving virus that can detach their immortality from them.
Airtight facility
just waiting for some stupid idiot to open it up and be like, oh, damn it.
I mean, you guys wouldn't be affected because Minnie solved that.
That's how the tombs and the pyramids work, right?
Yeah.
Then they opened up the tombs, and then bacteria that we haven't been exposed to in thousands of years, they just huffed it in and were like, oh, that felt weird, and then died.
So Josh, do you think it was the right thing to shut Minnie down?
100%. I feel like we should let just that last statement just soak in for me. So.
It's soaked in.
I absolutely want to delete Minnie, and I want to delete all of the gods. And if the people show up, which I really don't think they're going to, but if they fucking do, they're gonna scorch the planet.
You don't
eat that micro project.
Yeah,
also, I was
micro.
thinking about the rebels. And what if the rebels were just like another us? The god sent on a mission to do some shit. Rebels. So what if we the baddies?
Like the gods, like the AI were against Valkyr?
Or something.
Could have been Loki manipulating the
oh my
rebels.
God. I had not even considered Loki in that.
I think what Josh was getting at is something that I speculated on a while ago, that like the rebels were like a faction that kind of wanted to split. Mm-hmm. Like maybe they were disgruntled employees, like, but what Josh I think is getting at, and you can go ahead and correct me, like maybe they're people that came from another colony and were like, yeah, we hate Valkyr because we threw off our Valkyr oppressors, and now let's go ahead and throw off your Valkyr oppressors, and then just totally
there could be
went
like a bunch of different planets in the like localized that we don't know.
Sorry, real quick, there's something happening in chat. I think Tyler can help me here and attest for me. Y'all are making me feel stupid for not thinking about Loki fucking up all of the shit thousands of years ago. This is fucking different when you're in it. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's fucking different. And I'm sorry if y'all are smarter than me, because you probably are. Let's be honest.
To be fair, I'm waiting for the moment where Loki just arrives and just goes, "People of Thorin, show us what you've got."
I want to see what you've got. I want to see what you've got.
Oh my God, it's canon.
Shrug.
Okay, anyway, I'm so sorry, Josh. I was making a bit.
Nope, I'm done. I got nothing to say.
I got nothing to say.
They're gonna blow up this fucking planet. It's a failed experiment, if anything, and if it's really Valkyrie's really a corporation, they're gonna consider it a loss, and they're going to mark it down on their taxes as a loss, and they're gonna blow us all up. Just fuck that.
You're
Josh,
so
eat that
quiet,
mic, my dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! I'm still getting them used to
it's a corporation. It's a corporation, and they don't give a fuck about us, so they will just burn us to the ground and move on with their day and try again if they haven't already.
Yeah, just tongue kiss that mic.
I'm glad that was off cam.
Now we're ready for the next question. Jesus, my brain. I'm a huge fan of the belief. I already went through that. Just kidding. How are the Jotun Slayers going to convey this information to the kings? Do you think they'll listen? They barely understand what an AI being is. How are they going to understand? Like, we barely understand what, like, there's fucking other planets out there? Like, it doesn't...
A reminder that during the... Like, you guys barely see the night sky. You see the edge of it beside the ring as it passes... As it first passes and is about to go past the sun. So... You barely even see the stars other than, like, for a few hours every day.
And yeah, like OG made the point, they won't understand nor care, but they are the ruling bodies of our planet. So if they're going to have communication with these extraterrestrials,
If they show up.
Is it gonna have to be the fucking Jotun Slayers? Are we gonna have to be the emissaries?
Of course, we're the main characters.
Yeah, my thoughts are don't tell the kings, but tell the king's advisors. Simply because the kings could simply go, "You're nuts, off with your head." The advisors, we could at least say, "Look, this is what we found out. If you want to take this to your king, he'll probably have more stock in his advisor than just a group." Granted, we more or less have granted their trust. I think 100% we need to take it back to the library.
Oh yeah, we're going back to the library.
All of them.
Do they have like a telescope at the library?
Ooh.
They do. In fact, they have 4 telescopes on the roof of the main atrium.
Then that's where we need to go.
Nice.
We need to study them stars and see if we see anything moving. Would we... Okay, so this is like out-of-game conversation. Do you feel like we
Good,
could...
because we're not in game.
Do we feel like we could glean that, like, we need to do that as characters? Can we find reasons to do that? Otherwise, it would be metagaming.
Go to the library?
I'm speaking as Gunny. I mean,
Yeah.
immediately the idea is
You were
we
just
need
told
to
that there
tell
are
Oscar
people-
we need to get the people who have the knowledge. The kings are kings, but they're not the most knowledgeable.
Right.
So
right.
take it
They're
to
just
where
rulers.
the people are knowledgeable.
Also,
And
what are the kings
maybe-
gonna do about it?
Yeah, I agree with OG here in the chat. They're gonna what? Start another fucking war?
Yeah.
Fuck the kings.
What
We
are
can
they
this
gonna do?
ourselves.
Yeah.
What can
Fuck
they
the
Again,
do?
I was
kings,
just-
Fuck the gods.
Yeah.
Pointing
I
out that
guess a
they're
good
the
question-
ruling bodies of our planets.
Yeah.
So
Can rule these nuts.
Wow.
guess
Do you
the-
have to tell them
Marcus,
everything?
this whole thing
I'm gonna go sit in a
is-
corner.
I would just say that Minnie's dead. The mini
Yeah.
threat is gone.
They don't need to know any more than that.
Okay,
It is
And now
above their
we're
heads and
proposal.
above their pay grades.
Because the idea was we were going to take care of Minnie, and then the gods were going to help us get the world back in
Proposal.
order. So,
What happens when these fucking crazy ships show up and the kings find out that we had this information all along and didn't share it with them?
That's where I said tell the advisors.
That sounds like a problem for future Jotun Slayers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those assholes.
Who says they'll even connect it to
Uh,
us?
Now, Emmy and Steve, I'm going to ask: is it possible for Nifrim to have copied that video onto
Absolutely.
her data
Pregnant
pad
device?
to be able to play
Absolutely.
in the V-Flicker?
Or just on any terminal.
Yeah.
That's
it's a
fucking
2D it's a 2D video.
awesome. Yeah. That's great. I fucking love that. I didn't even consider the evidence is right fucking there.
Yeah.
Well, if we have that evidence, why wouldn't we share that with the kings?
Because what are they gonna
Fuck
do
the
about it?
kings. What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
What
you're
are we gonna
creating
do?
a problem. The thing is,
More
with
than the kings, obviously.
you're creating a problem to them that they can't handle. They can't solve.
Yeah, that's
And
bad.
you don't
so
have
they're
a
going to
solve.
start, and they're going to start throwing resources out there to try to solve this problem that may come and may not come. Yeah, exactly. It may incite panic. So it's one of those things where ignorance is bliss. If we take it to the library and help come up with a solution, I would say don't even mention it to the kings until we have a viable solution or more information just at that.
Like I said, though, if they find out, and they will find out if these things come and we try to communicate with them. When these things come and we try to communicate
No,
with them,
if.
it will
Listen.
be known.
Okay, you're forgetting that we're talking about a literal inbred, king and a literal bullheaded king.
No, I'm not forgetting
cannot
that.
Very
trust them.
true.
We cannot trust them with
I'm
that
not
kind of
talking about
information
trust.
at all.
But to be fair, the only people who know that we know this is us.
Right, currently. I'm talking about in the future there will come a time when it will be made obvious that our group does know about this, did find out about it, and didn't use complete transparency with the ruling bodies of our planet. That is a big target on our backs. Am I crazy?
Yeah, but then we'll have...
No, you're not.
No.
Then we'll have the magical immortal space people to help us out.
And also the ruling bodies think Sideric is an idiot, so...
If they kill us, then who cares? We're dead.
I didn't know anything.
So you're like, if I outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you guys. That's what you're... Okay.
They'll be like, Sideric, why
Cannon
didn't you
fodder.
tell us about this? And I'll be like... And they'll be like, oh, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And then that
checks out.
Yep.
Look, like, they don't need to know about something that's going to create more problems and have no solutions. And
Again.
if they show up and kill everybody, then us not telling them isn't going to help them not be vaporized.
I will
If they
point
show up
out,
and not vaporize us, then we can leverage their help to deal with the two kings.
again, I will point out that I am guessing Steve, not realism.
Yeah.
But Steve likes to base on realism. Chat, can you believe I got these guys arguing over whether or not to talk to the king?
We're
This is
gonna move
great.
on.
I love this. Hey, we do have a question.
We tried to tell King Tulloch once, and he was like,
and we've
"Go
gained
fuck
his
yourself."
trust.
After we had, like, proof.
Physical.
It
evidence.
doesn't
got the
matter
video
because we
proof,
gained
but-
his trust.
So we should get
That's-
the proof first, and then go.
We have proof.
Yeah.
We have the
We have the
video.
video.
Do we
We
have
have the
enough
video.
proof?
Okay,
Do we
so
have enough?
Then maybe we
proof for
only
King
tell Tulloch because we don't know anything about Captain Ibretto, and we can't trust that.
Oh, I don't trust Athelstan. No.
Yeah, whatever
no,
his
no.
name is.
Yeah, I don't trust him for sure.
Captain Cousin's wife, whatever.
I honestly think the best course of action is to just
That's right,
talk
Oshi.
to the advisors and see from their point of view. If the advisors say the kings will take this information and you're good because they know their king,
Right.
I'm concerned that the kings are gonna go, you're crazy, or you created this or started this and we're dead if we
Well,
take it straight to them. But with
We
the advisors,
clearly didn't.
we have an option of saying, do we keep this to ourselves or we're giving it to you to take to them?
How are we going to get to the advisors?
Also, the proof that we have,
Mm-hmm.
the only proof that we have is one that Minnie has done, and also two that we came from Earth. We don't have any
They
proof
do.
that they're coming back. All it is
No,
is
I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying that we take them that evidence and say there is a possibility these people are coming.
Hmm.
That's
And
all
then
we
Tulloch
know.
will be like, well, we don't care about that. Or- I don't. We can. I'm down with whatever. I just don't think it's going to work in our favor because Tulloch's a kind of a dick. But I do agree, only telling him and not the other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Athelstan
Fair.
is a different story.
That's
but
as far as I would
think-
take it.
I think Tulloch we've earned his respect. Steve has kind of made that clear in our last interaction with him. He was like, holy shit. Okay, you guys are
Pulled it
actually
off.
like,
You ended the war.
But you
Wow.
forgot the one major thing about all of that is the dice still talk for us.
well, sure.
Fair.
Nat one.
I mean, we all have inspirations. It's probably not gonna.
I used mine the last time I got a 1.
You have more than one.
No, I haven't gotten that many.
Nah. I
I
keep
thought
forgetting
Steve
to give
just
them
gave
out.
you an inspiration for what the fuck was that? It was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's fine. I did skip the BBEG having motivation rationalization of her own actions. It feels more real to me. Do you guys have anything you want to speak on about that, Tyler?
No.
Just no. No.
Well, I mean,
nothing?
I guess I don't get the question versus the other questions we've already answered.
Yeah,
Like
like
what-
Minnie as a character. She had her own motivations that she rationalized in her head as she's doing the right thing, as opposed to just, I'm an evil person and I want to be evil and do evil things because Disney told me to. Like, you don't care about any of that? Like,
wow, rude.
I mean, nothing more than we've already discussed. She thought she was doing the correct thing. She was doing what she was programmed for. It's just got to the point where we currently are, what she was doing that she was programmed for was no longer a viable response.
Right.
So
I guess my question was,
for her programming has changed.
I mean, my question was very meta, as in, like, as a player, as an appreciator of stories, like, that's a really cool like character writing scheme. Like, that's more what I was asking. Like, how do you feel about that?
It was cool.
Nailed it. Moving on.
I guess I'm bad at coming up with questions this time.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I would have enjoyed.
I'm just being contrary.
Like, I like.
Oh,
Minnie,
good. I haven't had enough of that tonight, Tyler. Thank you. That's great. It's fine.
I like Minnie and her motivations and that she thinks she's. But I also do every now and again like a bad guy that's just like, no, I'm fucking evil.
It's just a dick.
Whatever. Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna hate my campaigns.
Yeah.
My campaigns almost exclusively have been, oh no, I'm evil and I know it and I don't justify anything because I'm evil.
See, as a
that's called shallow writing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels lazy.
No,
that feels like something Steve would do.
That is how you create a master class of a villain, but you have to do it correctly. Palpatine knows he is the most evil piece of shit in the entire galaxy of Star Wars.
Palpatine, that's because the dark side influences him. That's a different thing.
No. He was evil before he knew anything about all that.
Okay, this isn't Star Wars.
He's one of my favorite written characters because he's just unapologetically evil.
This tracks
that's
so
like
much
the opposite of how I feel about writing characters and motivations. Like, I feel like you gotta have reasons.
He's so great at being evil.
I mean, yeah, he is, but...
And he has plenty of reasons.
It's okay.
But he also ends at the point where, no, I'm just evil and I like power, so...
Sure.
Fuck everybody.
It's because he was poisoned by the dark side. How about Josh?
Josh, yeah, you got anything to say about
remember
Minnie's
redeeming
character?
Rant.
About Minnie?
About Minnie's character and...
I mean, she was a good bad guy, but, like... I don't know. I forget, because my brain
Don't
kinda
watch
hurts
the
right
show.
Now. Who programmed Minnie? Do we know? Did we figure that out?
The Emir?
No, we don't know exactly whom, but the Emir, Valkyr, General Jones ordered it.
Okay. For
And
the survival of the raid.
A question for Steve, real quick. Sorry, on that note, General Jones, that was not the person we saw in that video when they were finished with Minnie.
No.
Okay, just checking.
I don't believe so.
So the Valkyr
I'll have to check. I don't think it was.
chose to program the people who might actually come and, see what's going on here, and we just broke their toy.
One of them. That was kind of my point.
The
They're
people,
not going to be happy with us.
Minnie is a Valkyr product, and we killed her.
I mean, she was an emergency product.
Right.
So she's a bad guy, but I don't think she's the bad guy. I think we're in store for another bigger,
Oh, I think so too.
Guy.
But I meant, like character, just like.
But no, I liked her character. She was very nice. I wish she was able to adapt more to situations and not be so strict with the programming.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you'll get that with
I think
quick programming, I guess.
We do
Or
have
incompetent programming.
We do have a question from chat.
Oh, sure.
Viv says, I'm curious. I caught on to a few clues/anachronisms. Are there any I missed? So first of all, yes, you did, Viv. The prose and poetic Edda, why would those be on Thorin? Bingo. Nailed it. It was because they were carried over from Earth. Other anachronisms, I can't really think of any. There was Loki saying monkeys with a fucking microwave, which was a reference to one of my favorite lines of The Expanse, but also was kind of that. But I mean, the Ymir would have microwaves, sure.
But they wouldn't have monkeys.
I feel like it's true. It's true.
Why would they have monkeys?
Are there
Sam is the
monkeys?
monkey.
Because
Are there
bringing
monkeys
monkeys
on Thorin?
in cryogenics would suck.
Yeah.
I mean, they had monkeys on Earth.
I
I'm
will
sure they'd be
say
familiar.
it sure is strange that Thorin has the exact, like, for the most part, the same wildlife as Earth.
Oh.
I would say that.
Ooh, maybe some, like,
Ark.
DNA. Yeah. Fucking...
An Ark situation where
shit.
there was a ship of humans cloned over and animals cloned over.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
If they can print
if they
human
can create-
bodies, why can't they print animal bodies? Oh wait, they can.
Yep.
We've seen it.
The
Or at least
Driders!
Driders and Dragon and everything else.
Mhm.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. But oh, it was the NATO alphabet. Yes, the inclusion of the NATO alphabet was a hint. Yes. Who the fuck printed the dragon?
The dragon.
That would be Minnie. I will say that
There was a bed big enough for
dragons
that.
existed. Dragons existed on Thorin. And of course, the Ymir would have genetically studied that, and it's somewhere in a database. And so they.
OG's freaking out.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So Thorin wasn't completely barren when
It
they
was not.
arrived.
It was not. There was still the strip of livable bit along the Jormungandr.
So was there any intelligent life on
Shrug.
Thorin before the Ymira showed up?
Shrug.
I mean, dragons are intelligent, so that would be a yes.
Well, I mean, like,
In
Humanoid.
D&D
You know what I mean.
lore, a lot of
he's going
dragons
from
are
his
sentient.
humanocentric. Ugh.
Okay, calm down. The dragon that Thor stopped was made by Minnie. No,
Wow.
no, that like originally, yeah, the most recent dragon, the black dragon in the Valkyr facility, was printed by Minnie. Dragons existed on Thorin when it was found, when it was settled.
Okay, so that is a new bit of information. So for Tyler,
It's not like
Why
it's
do you
like a big
think-
deal, so I figure what might as well.
why do you think that Gunny tried to comfort Minnie when we were preparing to shut her down? He said, "I just want to let you know that when you go, you won't be alone."
because I thought standing out there and going, na 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 na, na na na, hey hey hey, goodbye was in poor taste in the moment.
Sure,
Fair.
I would have probably come through the screen and punched you in the face. I was not happy.
That was the
Some-
original plan, and I pivoted quick.
Very good boy. Yes. Yes.
Where
You're gonna die!
Because like
I'm
you said
genuinely
that.
disappointed that you did.
You said that, and immediately Sam goes, "If only you had been reasonable." And I was like, she's a fucking AI with programming and cannot be reasoned with. Literally,
That
physically
was the
don't want to
thing-
shut down the other
that
gods 'cause of
was-
the same fucking way.
That
No,
was
they
the
weren't
thing
made
with
in a week.
Minnie, is that you could not have convinced her to stop. You could not have,
Yeah.
because it is her programming.
yeah.
And Marcus didn't actually believe that he could ever reason with her. He was just being a dick.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Yeah,
That sounds
I don't
like
like
Marcus.
that. I have one religion in this world, Sam, and that's don't be a dick. It's really
Hey, that's
not
mine.
hard.
Oh, you're in the wrong
Yeah,
place
I
then.
stole it.
Yeah,
Excuse you. Josh. Oh my god. Yeah, so you pivoted. Why
Oh, yeah.
did you pivot?
I read the room.
Hey! What's that like?
no.
It was a situation that in the moment I'm like, I'm going outside, I'm gonna go outside, and then I'm gonna do this. And then just the emotions started getting a little heavy, and I'm like, nope.
Maybe not that.
Nope. I don't think Gunny wants to die today.
Yeah.
For Steve, what was it like coming up with the timeline that we have here? The all the math and stuff, and
well,
also,
once I
like,
did the better
physics
math.
But like, I know that you love tech, you love physics, you love fucking
astrophysics.
Yes, astrophysics. The sci-fi aspect of this crazy campaign. What was that like for you?
I eat that shit up. The idea of like the stasis consciousness while traveling sub light speed. Like I've said before, I pull from this campaign is really just a bunch of my favorite things thrown together. And one of them that, you know, is more and more obvious if you're familiar with the books are the Peter F. Hamilton Commonwealth saga, where humanity has reached a digital singularity where they can live forever. They have rejuvenation processes where, oh, you're old or, you know, you broke an arm or whatever, just grow a new fucking body. If you're murdered, you have a new body, and you come back and you say who the fuck murdered you. Like, it's... I love exploring the concept, the different kind of concepts that those changes entail. Like, there was, in one of the books, there was a person who took their consciousness and split it among multiple bodies. So he ran a store, like a shop, and the entire staff shared a mind. It was one guy that, like, duplicated his mind and spread it across bodies. I love that idea. So, that plus, like, making the timeline itself, that wasn't as fun for me because I was like, it was mostly, I started with, okay, how long do I think this bit took? Okay, yeah, okay. And then, so that means that this took that many years. Okay, so that took that many years. The most fun part of the creating the timeline itself, though, was, is it that what Matt Mercer did with Pumetzel? Kind of. That was not a single consciousness. That was duplicates. Those were homunculi, or whatever. Those were, each one of those had independent thoughts. They were just the same mind. In this, it was actually a hive mind shared among bodies in the Commonwealth. But anyway, as far as the timeline, the part that I enjoyed most about it, though, is that the massive scale. Humans have a hard time with big fucking numbers, especially dealing with time. Like I said, think back 6,000 years of human history. It's hard to fucking imagine what life was like back then. So think 6,000 years in the future. What the fuck is life gonna be like then?
And 6,000 years ago would have been impossible to imagine what we would be like now.
Absolutely. There are concepts that you can't even predict because you can't even comprehend that it would even be an option or a concept whatsoever. Like, how much do you think the Vikings thought about traveling to different planets? Like, not much, dog. What even is that? Like, sure, there are other realms, but they didn't think you flew through space in a spaceship to get to those.
Right.
I know if I could clone my own self in my minds, I would not trust my clones.
Fair.
I believe that 100%, Sam.
I would
trust
assume
you
that
even
one
less.
of them would try to murder me and take my place.
Become the primary,
I would
of course.
immediately be like, if I cloned myself, I'd be
That's
like,
what it was, Sochi.
are we doing this, or?
Oh, yeah. Sup.
Sup? I know what you like, girl.
I know what you like.
I am so sorry.
I know what
We
you
would
like.
be immediately at each other's throats trying to kill one another to be the primary.
Yeah.
I think we've had this discussion before, like, my clones, if I had a clone or clones, it would solve world hunger or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, by
just
killing and eating
everything.
each other.
Multiple Tylers would, like, literally fix the world. Everything broken. Couldn't hear what I said? Like, really? Or,
About what?
but, I don't know. But yeah, the sci-fi shit I definitely loved. And the whole concept of an arc coming over, and just playing with huge time frames. Like, when I
So-
said, yeah, it was like 3,000 years ago, you're like, what?
Oh, simulacrum.
Simulacrum. Yeah, that's what Pumat Soul used. That's what you didn't hear.
So, speaking to all of the sci-fi stuff, was and sitting on that secret for over 2 years, what was that moment of the reveal like for you?
Oh my god. Guys, you have no idea what it's like to sit on a secret for 2 fucking years, and especially when the one person that you tell every fucking thing, guys, I tell her everything. I like to think she tells me this everything too.
Yeah.
But not even being able to tell her. So here's the, and I've kind of mentioned this before, here's the real fucking conundrum with that. First of all, I love sharing cool ideas with people. Surprise, surprise. I became, a DM, like sharing cool ideas. What? And the only people that I could tell that would understand what I'm talking about, because it's sci-fi, it's fantasy, it's D&D, were either a part of the show or into the show. And so it would have been absolute spoilers. So no one knew that shit.
I mean, you could have spoiled it for me. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, well, also, no. So like that.
Like that design that I was working on, which I've still got to finish the gods shirts that I'm working on, but I was working on the one of Odin.
Oh yeah.
And I made the design of Odin, and I incorporated what the tech lines you see on
lines.
microchips. Yes, that shit.
Circuit traces.
I was incorporating that in there before we knew the gods were AI, and it was like 2 weeks later when we got that reveal, and I was like, "The fuck." Whoa.
Yeah,
that was a theory.
Talk about me having a poker face. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, those lines, they look sick. I love it. Yeah, no idea.
No. So.
Don't ruin this for me.
Okay. I have one final question, but I think we already answered it. What should we do?
What are you gonna do?
The library.
We should go on vacation.
Oh my god.
I'm just wondering how that Kelris family's doing around Thruthhamer, How's that going?
Oblivious OG.
Let's give the audience some floof episodes.
So, you mean fluff episodes?
Floof, yes.
Is
Some fluff episodes. Let's go on vacation.
Josh, we do not want any floofs around. They are a fucking hazard and a
You're thinking
pathogen
of
that is
fluff.
just
I don't want to know what the fuck Sam's talking about.
No one paid for a rant, Sam.
Yeah, no one paid for let me
You don't
check.
have to pay for it. You get
No
for
free rants. No free rants.
No free rants.
No free rants.
I've been trolling Emmy because she keeps being like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And I keep saying, man, I wonder what those Kelris are up to, or I wonder how Cedric's mom's doing.
I wonder that too.
Bigger
Don't we all?
fucking
I guess,
fish, motherfucker.
A good question that's more likely to happen is: are we going to tell the Silence Fate?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think we absolutely should.
Mm-hmm.
For one,
I trust them more than the kings.
I think that they will understand on a deeper level than what the kings have the capability of understanding. But two, even if they couldn't, they would definitely know we were keeping shit from them.
Yeah.
And if that were the case, count your days.
Yeah. Unless we teleport out of this dungeon, I have a feeling that we are going to be seized as soon as we step out of the tunnels.
Oh, by the kings and stuff?
Because the kings are going to want us immediately.
That's true. That's probably true. It's possible. But also, what happens if they don't and we just leave Holdheim and don't tell them anything at all? We're fucking criminals. Nations wide.
Yeah. And that's where I mean, we need to talk to the kings, and I think we just need to tell them the immediate threat is gone. We need to focus on the future.
And now we gotta figure out how to fix the Hother ring like we told them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't need to know that, potentially aliens are coming. Whatever.
But that's,
A story for next time.
yeah. That'll be something we figure out in the
We've
moment.
been trained.
Everybody always says, but that's, and if there's a pause, I'm like, a story for next time.
I've trained you well.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think we're going to come to a decision about what to tell the kings until we're in that moment.
Probably
and then Marcus
that.
is just gonna let us slip anyways.
Yeah, Marcus or Sideric.
Me? No, I'm not talking to the kings at all.
Yeah, Josh has
Smart.
purposely been quiet during those scenes. He's like,
Yeah.
Marcus is the one that just drops the bombs.
They just straight up
No.
think I am an idiot, and that is okay with me.
Marcus drops bombs when he thinks it will add shock value and figure out someone's intentions. He's
Josh,
like,
what
oh.
is...
Sorry, go ahead.
Josh, what is that old saying of, better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're an idiot than open your mouth and prove them right?
Oh, Cyrec's been doing that this whole time.
What?
No, I mean, you're like playing up the idiot thing to look kind of stupid.
Oddly enough, except to many.
Except to many.
Mm-hmm.
You
I tried to be
have
smart.
been
Exactly.
You have been the most truthful out of anyone that we've seen in the entire campaign to the villain.
Yep. Because I tried to give her a chance. And plus, none of what we were doing really... I mean, nothing we said was gonna act... My bad.
God damn
Nothing
it.
we said was gonna actually change... It was gonna change her. Like, we weren't, like... She wasn't gonna be able to change her plans to, like, stop us.
Yeah.
So... She's
Might
only
as
an
well tell
AI
her.
being. I mean, we couldn't fight her directly. She could only make things, right? So, fuck it. I gave her a chance to, like, change her mind about shit, and she said, no, I'm an AI. I gotta follow my programming. Eat my dick, Minnie. Shut your ass down. Time out.
So I do have a question
Get
based on
wrecked.
that. All of the Driders, were they of their own mind, or were they...
They were dummies. They were simple. They were
organic. They were organics.
They
so
were
Minnie
organic
couldn't
and
have
animalistic.
control to them.
No, she just she let a rabid dog out of a cage and went, go get
Yep.
him.
Yep.
Oh, one last thing.
Ooh.
Being that Minnie had the opportunity
Same
to
con.
upload herself and control one holomotor, could she have uploaded herself into a physical robot as a last
Like a
ditch?
backup?
Yeah.
I will say that essentially Minnie is cloud-based. What you did was you shut down her cloud. She requires quite a lot to function properly. Quite a lot of hardware.
So in other words, since we shut her down, anything that she had control of or operated or kept working is now shut down.
Correct.
And if
And
she
as
were
far
to
as
have
her
put
being
up-
able to control things, I mean, she was able to control everything at once, by the way. Like, all
Yeah.
those robots that attacked the Colburn estate at once, those were all her.
We have one more question in chat before we wrap things up. Viv asked, how will my character's patron get the money Minnie owes her now?
Sorry. You know, a death is not a Welch. Sorry.
Whoops. Well, guys.
I'll tell you what, your character can come to my wedding with Hertha, and maybe I'll give her a couple of my wedding presents.
She does know the
Well,
Colburns.
It depends on when your character timeline was. Your character still has a lot of time to have potentially interacted with Minnie between then and now.
Yeah,
So to
2
be
months,
clear,
2.5, 3 months?
Yeah, to be clear, Viv is talking about her character from the one-shot we did from the Streamiversary that she paid for, where her, along with OG and Khan's character, were the people that stole the Radiant Capacitor from the Hamptons in Jotunfoder. And she had a patron that was an AI being in a minor AI being in a device on her hip.
This sounds like another one-shot is possible.
Yes.
I have ideas for other one-shots.
So, I'm going to stop us right there. We've gotten through our episode. I think we've talked ad nauseum about the Emir and humans and Earth and all of the crazy things that we have experienced in the last fucking 2 years of this shit, guys. It's crazy. But it is time to say goodbye. So, thank you all so much for coming and listening to us babble on and on about all of this cool shit that we're finding out. And until next time, aliens.